Peace and power. Dodge the hijacks. Real spill. Love to y'all, man. Where would we be without each other? Without stepping into reality side by side. The wall of protection is real. It is real. We're talking about lands beyond the pole. We're talking to the tribe, no matter how big of a subject this is when you deal with your orientation. And a lot of people have interest. You know what I'm saying? They come over here with interest. But you know what, man? We do this for the tribe. Because we got a feeling. We got a feeling. Come on. Come on. Don't leave me lonely. Yeah, we got that feeling, man, that this is our earth, and our earth is our turf. As far as it spreads, baby. There's a reason why you keep people this sleep, this confined, this bound. So much bondage. So much energy, man, to keep you from being you. Why do you think that is? Could it be the earth is your turf? And you trying to claim all these lands, and there's so many more lands beyond the pole, man. We're going to get back in that Giannini, man. Love to Dorja Daka. Man, I love this joint, man. I vibe to it, man, all the time. All the time. Matter of fact, man, we're going to do it like this. Love to Dorja Daka, not once but twice, who also dropped this Flat Earth. Other Lands by Wakey Wakey, man. Love to Wakey Wakey, man. Show his love, man. On some other drop we dropped, man. You know what I'm saying? It's dope to, know it's appreciated. And we all, whether you're working on this side or this side, whether you got the indigenous truth, whether you're working to get this orientation, whatever the case is that you consider your flag, your flag of honor, of truth, just know that the Creator exists. HaWah, our breath, and that we are here. You know what I'm saying? And that we do it for us first, you know what I'm saying? Because we are the sprouting seed. We have to sprout before we can, take care of everything else and everyone else around us. We have to become ourselves. We have to separate. So never take it as anything other than us being tribal. It's a natural thing for us to separate, be tribal, activate. Then we can help the world and help whatever the case is. But without any orientation, we're lost. Without having the drop and knowing who we are, everybody's lost. So support us as we separate. Support us to be the tribe that we are so that we can affect things on a much higher level, man. So that is the design. That is the order. We are the 9. No need to bring hatred into it because we're all you got. So keep giving us love. Keep supporting the drop. Keep supporting J Stu, the crew, and the tribe, and you know what I'm saying? All of us, man, that are just, taking the time out to do this, man. Love to you, man. Everyone taking the time out to get the drop for real time, man. There's plenty of distractions going on, so you made it, man. You made it, man. You made it, dang it. All right. Love to y'all, man. So Flat Earth, Other Lands by Wakey Wakey. Let's get this before we get into that Giannini. Worlds Beyond the Poles, man. We're going to dig on this chapter 11. The magnetic respiration of the universe. We're talking about the breath. We're talking about the ha. We're talking about the breath. We're talking about the ha. Oh, yeah. I got a letter from King David, by the way, but I'll share it with y'all, eventually, man. Yeah, man, we're talking about the breath. We're talking about the ha. They say, hey, look, hey. Hey is ha, ah, aha. We're talking about the breath. We'll be back in that pic though, man. So, love to Wakey Wakey, love to Dorja Daka. Let's go. Dig on it. Let go.
Hi there. Musings is a sort of mental gymnastics, a yoga for the imagination. It's needed. In the Flat Earth community, there are many who only repeat tangible facts, who only stick to Flat Earth proofs. But there are also some that muse. This is the difference between a scientist and a philosopher, but this sort of chat's for another time. So the Flat Earth community has been engineered in a way so it only talks of enclosed dome or an infinite plane. These are the words used. Nobody is really talking about other lands. My Vedic documentary presented the Vedic scriptures that contain detailed descriptions about the other lands. This documentary stopped two prominent flat earth enclosed domers from speaking to me again, but that's also for another time. I've come across some maps that need a further look. Monte Urbano lived from 1544 to 1613. His manuscript map of the world book was published in Milan in 1587 and added to in 1589. We can clearly see other lands at the southern edge. At the centre are the four Bargas Islands, but a unique shade of blue ink seems to have been added on top. Very strange. This blue ink is also evident near Brazil. And was this map tampered with? In other parts of his book, Monte Urbano clearly showed lands at the north, with rivers and mountains. No strange blue ink here. Green forests were presented on these giant bits of land, and yellow deserts. Also mountains. What is going on here? Here he wrote, Terra del Fuego, the land of fire.
Wow. Yeah, I think we saw that on this map that we just pulled up, man. That has the India Superior on it. See if I can tab surf it up right quick. Here we go. Now it's sideways and it's small. Gotta tell you, gotta warn you. But as you can see, this is South America. This is what's called North America. But on this map, very small written right here, it says India Superior. So again, these are the Indias, priest king of the three Indias. You see El Peru. Alright, so you see Peru. Right under that, I said, what's this land connected to? I just said this on the last drop, I think. So, you know what I'm saying? Because we said, oh, Antarctica, it's just on the bottom. And like anyone could just come to Antarctica. But there seems to be a piece connected. Like literally you can walk from South America to another land. And that reminds me, man, let's just surf the wave. So again, this is called terrestrial fuego, or wherever he just said, fuego, which he said had to do with fire. So the fiery land. Hold up, man. Let's see what he said right quick.
Green forests were presented on these giant bits of land, and yellow deserts. Also mountains. What is going on here? Here he wrote, Terra del Fuego, the land of fire. And in Argentina he wrote, the region of the giants.
Argentina, region of the giants. So you have the Bolivia giant connection, then you have Argentina giant connection. So clearly, when we talk about Joshua and these Canaanites and these giants he was fighting, they're all over the place here. Now, Tierra del Fuego, he just said, land of fire. Then you got the land of giants, Argentina. Now, look what we're looking at. Still talking about South America. And here comes the Hyborian Gamer map back. Uh-oh. Yeah, I put it on the sideline for a minute, man. Just, want to make sure it was appreciated before I brought it back, man. All right, again, this is a reality simulation out of Arizona. So is it play? I think not. I mean, they put a lot of work connecting this sort of Pangea situation, this connection that we've seen substantiated lots of times. But the interesting thing is that over here, where you have this so-called Africa, you don't see any of the, lands, and you don't see Egypt, you don't see Zimbabwe and all these, places. But when you scroll over, again, this is back to when things were still connected. So it's saying right here, when we talk about Atlantis being over here, so was Egypt. So was so-called Africa. And that's why these Morocco, Moabites, I keep calling this Northwest Africa, Northwest, or West Africa, or Mexam, you know what I'm saying? Because here you have Kem, you have the land of Kem, Khem, Kemet, Luxor, Neptune, and all these other lands, the haunted pyramids, Sukhmat, and that's over the Kush. This is the land of Kush, Kush, as you can barely see it, where you have that capital city of Meroe, connected to Timbuktu or Timbuktu. So you have Mali and Mansa Musa here. Now you're connecting that to Montezuma and these, gold, kings of gold, this Solomon, these Prester Johns and all that kind of stuff like that. You got the Amazon right here. And again, you have the Thoth Amon spell barrier. So Thoth was rocking obviously here. This is Atlantis, right? He went from Atlantis, he said, to the land of the hairy barbarians, which was way over here in Barbaria. And that's when he set up all this stuff in the 18th dynasty over there. But it started out, my people, right here, which is what they're digging out the Grand Canyon. That Egypt is right here. You're standing on it. The Black Kingdoms, Black Coast, Amazonia, all right? Horace Butler told you that. And rocks crying out. Now, under all this in South America, it's not really mapped out, but it just says down here, land of no return. So beyond the Thoth spell barrier is the land of no return. Now right on top of that is Zimbabwe. Again, there's no Zimbabwe in this Africa that they're selling you. This seems to be a more recent correlation, because this Zimbabwe is here. Punt, P-U-N-T, is here. Whatever this is, Keshan. Can't really see that one too. Where you got Darfur, Timbuktu. Alright, and then you got the land of no return. So, let's go back to this weird little map I had over here. My little sideways joint. Where it says terrestrial fuego. Now, here's where the land of no return will be. So, I guess once you pass some point of no return, according to the Thoth spell barrier, you're going into this hot lands, or the fiery lands, which are near this land of the giants in Argentina situation, is what my man is saying over here. Dorkadaka, wiki. Wakey.
On these giant bits of land and yellow deserts. Also mountains. What is going on here? Here he wrote, Terra del Fuego, the land of fire.
Land of fire connected to, South America, beyond the land of no return. Now you flip the map, this is going north, not south.
And in Argentina he wrote, the region of the giants. Again we can see mountains and land. This map is by Gennaro Pichicaro from 1597, and this also showed lands in the south. Also it showed some lands in the middle. He labelled this area Circulus Antarcticus and showed strange and wonderful animals. Now maybe exotic animals like...
Notice he's saying Circulus Antarcticus, as if this is a circular wall. Now what's beyond that wall? He said something about this Antarctic is going in a circle, is going in a ice wall.
Like the kangaroo and koala came originally from these other lands. This is a map by Cornelis de Jodi, also from the 1500s. He also showed the Bargus Islands in the North Centre. If we zoom in, we can see place names, settlement names, rivers.
So you hear about a lot of movements, man. Go back to the center, do this, do that, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, if you get escorted there, cool. Right now we don't know who and what is operating, you know what I'm saying? But something is there, something's been, mapped out, you know what I mean? And, what's been preserved there. If it's some type of magnetic mountain, then at some point it was the magnetic tree. And if the tree's been cut down and someone's occupying the mountain, like you see in little animation movies and stuff like that, like Angry Birds, now they're at this magnetic mountain. It's all fallen angel stuff because they're enjoying the mountain being a mountain. You need to meditate on your trees being trees, your mountains being trees. That is your habitat, that is your oxygen, that is your size, that is your health, and that is what's happening.
Surely once explored lands. On this Mercator 1569 world map, it shows lands to the north, with mountains and rivers. Also in the south it shows other lands. And in the corner it also shows these islands at the north.
So you notice these 4 rivers. Now I'd say, in the south, but maybe this map has the correct orientation. Maybe, it's not the north, but it's the south. So that's interesting, man. But yeah, you see these 4 flowing rivers that match up with scripture. Let's go.
This more famous Mercator map also shows these northern islands, these other lands. And here we can logically see where these most likely are. Probably still there, or under ice due to the flood that was reported around the world. Some Russian dude here says there's a magnetic mountain in the centre. He calls the middle Rupes Nigra, and states that Mercator thought it had magnetic powers. Here are some other maps that also contain these islands at the north. This image is from a Russian fairy tale. And this image, found on a similar Russian website, claims this art depicts ships from Hyperborea in the north. Mythical land. Moving on, Frank Herbert, the author of the cult sci-fi book Dune, was a Freemason. And in his book Dune, which has many esoteric and mythological connotations, he has a flat earth map with many lands.
Many lands.
Anyway, here is some footage from Antarctica.
And you might wonder, what are sand dunes doing in Antarctica? It's not the first
Sand. Let's go.
place in the world that you expect to go to find sand. Antarctica is the coldest, windiest, and driest continent on Earth. Driest.
Dry.
We are told these are natural breaks in the ice. It looks kind of man-made to me. Just what are these ravines? Don't look too natural to me. They certainly aren't using these little icebreaker ships to make these gouges. Or their science boat. Quick, send a science boat to the ice. What are they doing down there? What are they researching or doing? There's certainly a bunch of machinery and projects going on,